Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a Throwback Thursday makeup tutorial. I know my eyebrows look crazy and dark right now, but that's just because I don't have any other makeup on my face. Once I have the full face, they will definitely match and come all together. But for today's video, like I said, I'm going to be doing a Throwback Thursday eyeshadow tutorial. In these types of videos, I like to take an older palette, put it to use, see what I could come up with, and I just like doing these types of videos to really make sure that I show even older palettes a lot of love and just to really rediscover what I have in my collection. I have done these videos in the past using the original Urban Decay Naked palette, which is right there. Also the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette and the Lorac Pro palette. I will have my playlist listed down below as well. So I'm sure you guys are wondering what palette we're going to be using in today's Throwback Thursday tutorial, even though I'm sure it's already in the title. The title's below the videos now, isn't it? But I'm going to be using the Tarteist Pro palette in today's Throwback tutorial. This palette was very popular back in 2016, early 2017. I really love the color story in this palette, the layout. It has the prettiest big giant mirror, as I'm sure you guys can see. I actually asked you guys on my channel a few days ago if I was to do another throwback tutorial, what palette you would want to see. So huge shout out to Lindsay Marie for suggesting the Tarteist Pro. I think it is an awesome idea to use this palette because I haven't used this in a long time. And also, if you guys can see, this is filled with, I want to say, slightly more cool tone shades. So I think it's definitely going to be a little bit of a challenge for me. I want to try to do something maybe a little bit more on like the grayish blue side, just to give myself a little bit more of a challenge. So if you guys want to see more Throwback Thursday tutorials in the future, definitely make sure to let me know down below and let me know what palettes you guys want to see. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started into this Throwback Thursday using the Tarteist Pro palette. So the first shade that I'm going to be going in with in this palette is the shade Innocent, which is just like a nice neutral transition shade. And I'm going to be running this all over and buffing it into my crease. Even though I'm going to be working with more cool tones, I always like my transition to be a little bit more neutral to warm. Just have something that kind of meshes with my skin tone a little bit nicer. So far, these are blending really nicely. I do remember this being the palette that really made me enjoy Tarte Formula. I know a lot of people sometimes would say that the Tarte Formula was dry, but I always had an issue with more of their limited edition holiday sets. That was the first thing from Tarte that I ever tried, and that formula of shadow in their holiday set was horrible, but this palette is really good and has a nice formula. I'm trying to figure out what type of look I'm going for today as far as the technique. You guys know I'm super set in my ways and basic when it comes to my eyeshadow techniques, but I'm gonna see. I think I'm just gonna kind of go along and see what happens. So the next shade that I'm gonna take in the palette is the shade Fierce, which is a really nice like periwinkle color. And I'm going to, ooh, that's pigmented. And I'm going to apply that right in my crease underneath the neutral brown that we applied in the transition area. I really want this to be nice and built up. So I'm gonna just keep layering this on because this color is a little bit more muted than I would want it to be. So I'm just going to keep layering this on. I feel like this color is beautiful when I'm packing it on, but as soon as I blend it out, I feel like it just turns into like a basic gray. So I'm gonna try to just leave it packed like this and just try to blend around the edges. I really like this color, you guys. I hope it's pulling true on camera. I have a feeling on camera it might be looking a little bit more gray, but in person, a lot of that like bluish lavender periwinkle is really pulling through and it's gorgeous. And then I'm just going back to that original fluffy brush with no additional product and lightly blending the edges. Did you guys hear that? My dog is snoring like he does in every single video. I have a feeling this is one of those looks that's going to look so crazy until I am done with it, but for the next step, I want to go in and deepen up the outer corner a little bit more. So I'm going to take the shade Vamp, which is a super dark, like purpley navy shade, and apply that right onto the outer V. Actually, really quickly, I'm gonna go back to that gray periwinkle shade and just apply a little bit more directly in the crease. I don't know if you guys can see, I feel like it's really patchy right here. Like I'm having a little bit of trouble getting these shades to be even. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is looking a hot mess. I'm really hoping that this comes together because I had a vision and this was definitely not my vision at all, but I'm gonna keep going. Maybe when I like carve out the lid and everything, it'll look a little bit more clean. All right, I don't know if you guys can see what's happening, but I feel like when I go to blend it, everything is literally meshing into like this one gray shade, and it's taking away like the top layer of the shadow. Like if you could see how dark my blending brush is right now, especially that navy blue shade is not sticking on the lid. It's literally just like blending away into this gray shade. I still have hope that we could save this look, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and I'm going to carve out the front portion of my lid to do a little half cut crease. Okay, so here are the eyes once the concealer is on. I am just like so confused, you guys, because I'm literally using all blue shades, like purples and blues, and they look so gray. Like if you guys can see, when I first apply that navy shade, it looks gorgeous and it's such a strong navy. But once I go in with that blending brush and they blend together, they just turned into like this ugly gray shade. But like I said, I'm still going to try to salvage this look. So right now I'm going in and applying more of that navy blue called Vamp. And I'm hoping now that I have most of my blending done, maybe this shade will still stay like nice and strong on the eye. So for my lid, I want to go in with a blue shade. So in this palette, I'm going to take the shade Trendy, which is a gorgeous blue. I'm going to use it on that same brush. I'm going to spray my brush because I just have a feeling that this is going to need a little bit of Fix Plus. And then I'm just going to apply that on the lid. Okay, so there's the blue shade on the lid. I thought it was going to be a little bit lighter. I don't know if you guys can see right here in the pan. It looks like it's gonna be a little bit of a lighter blue, but I think I still made it work. I'm just really disappointed with the matte shades. I know I keep saying it, but that was like navy and now it just turned into like this super blah gray color. But I think I'm gonna just peel off the tape just so I could get a better idea of how this looks with like these sharp edges and stuff like that, and then we will go from here. And then just to brighten up the brow bone and kind of break up where the eyeshadow and the brow bone meet, I'm taking the shade Classic and just brightening up and highlighting that area. And then I'm gonna do one final blend with a totally clean brush just so I don't get any of the dark gray shade like up here or any more on the outer edges. Okay, so this look is totally different than what I was going for. I was going for more of like a soft periwinkle with like a little bit of navy on the outer corner, but whatever, you guys, that's the fun of makeup. Stuff happens, but I actually really like it. It is different for me, and I don't know if it looks like the absolute best because I don't play with this color often, but I think it's really cool. It's kind of like editorial. I do think that this calls for some lashes, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some mascara, and then I'm gonna pop on some individual lashes just because I think the shadow is so bold. A little bit of a lash will complement it really nicely. I'm gonna be using my favorite lashes ever, and these are the Kiss Ever Easy Lashes Medium Combo, the Trio lashes. These are so great. They are so easy to apply. To me, they are so much faster and easier than a strip lash because I am just so horrible at applying strip lashes. These are everything. So I actually have 2 left on an old little carton that I'm gonna apply, and then I'm going to open the new pack. Usually what I will do is apply 3 short to the front and then 3 medium length to the end, so it kind of wisps out a little bit and gives my eye a little bit more of that lifted wing shape, which I also think will look really pretty with this shadow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop these on, and you guys could watch me just really sped up because this does still take me a little while to do. All right, you guys, so I just went ahead and applied the lashes. Things are looking very, very dramatic. I didn't think that these lashes would look this dramatic because these are usually the lashes that I go for when I want more of a natural lash, but I definitely think it's the lash with the darker like eyeshadow behind it that's making everything look really dramatic. But I think once all the rest of the makeup is on my face, it's going to look super fun and dramatic and glam. So right now I'm going to finish up the rest of my face just because I want this tutorial to be mainly focused on the eyes, and you guys have seen me do my base 100 times here on my channel. So I'm gonna go ahead, finish up the rest of my face, and then we will be back to finish up the lower lash line and finish up this whole tutorial. So I'm gonna take the same shade, which is Trendy, and apply that underneath my lower lash line. I am also going to spray it with just a little bit of Fix Plus just so I could get that true teal shade out of it. I feel like it looks a little bit different since I applied it wet on the top and dry on the bottom. I want it to be a little bit more metallic and teal on the bottom as well. I can't remember the last time I wore such a dramatic eye look like this. I feel like it makes me look like a totally different person, but I really like it. I feel like at the same time it makes my eyes look really white and it makes my eyes pop. I'm kind of digging it. It looks nice. So if you guys know me, you know I never wear liner in my waterline, but I think it would be fun with this look. So I'm gonna take this cream gel liner in the shade Prance that I have from ColourPop. It's like a baby blue. And just apply that right in my waterline. And just finishing off the eyes with the tiniest bit of lower lash mascara. This is the Maybelline Waterproof Total Temptation. All right, you guys, so here's the final look in this Throwback Thursday tutorial using the Tarteist Pro palette. This ended up being so much more dramatic and out of my comfort zone than I had in my head. But like I was saying earlier, I really love that about makeup, and I feel really inspired to play around more with makeup. For me, especially in the summer, it gets really easy for me to get set in my ways with the types of looks and techniques and colors that I use, and I feel so glam, I feel so pretty, and it kind of brought me back to when I first started getting into makeup and I was playing around a lot with different colors and techniques and stuff like that, and just learning and falling in love with makeup. Definitely let me know what you guys think of these types of videos and this look in particular. I would love your feedback. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel before you leave. I would love to have you guys here as part of my little YouTube fam. If you don't want to miss out on any of my future videos, click that notification bell down below and you will get notified every single time that I upload a new video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!